Phantom Dust Realm, Cultivating the Divine Record Against the Heavens. Chapter 1, Accidental Crossing. The protagonist of the story is named Qingchen Qinjiao, a top student in the philosophy department of a modern university. Although his life is ordinary, he has attracted a lot of attention on campus with his unique way of thinking and quiet personality. One day, he was flipping through a book on ancient philosophy in the school library when he accidentally triggered a strange light. In an instant, his surroundings became blurred, and when he opened his eyes again, he had arrived in a completely strange world. This world is called the Illusory Dust Realm, and it is an alien world with strange energy, mysterious magic weapons, and countless cultivators. Qingchen Qinjiao found herself crossing into this world and unexpectedly became a cultivator in the early stage of cultivation. However, everything here is very different from the real world. Cultivators rely on a variety of ways to improve their strength, such as magic, doqi, divine soul dao technique, and gongfa sword technique, and each cultivation method has its own unique path. But what made Qingchen Qinjiao even more surprised was that in this world, doing good deeds and helping others could actually improve one's cultivation. This abnormal cultivation method made him feel both novel and confused. Chapter 2, The First Acquaintance with the Illusory Dust Realm. When Qingchen Qinjiao woke up, she found herself in an unknown forest. The surrounding scene is unusually beautiful, with huge trees towering into the sky, strange points of light floating in the sky, and not far away is an ancient city surrounded by mist. He touched his body and found that after crossing over, his clothes became in line with the style of this world, and he was given an unfamiliar name, Chen Yao. As he looked around, he suddenly heard a scream. Qingchen Qinjiao followed the sound and found a beautiful woman being besieged by a group of robbers. Her breath was faint, and she seemed powerless to resist. Seeing this situation, Qingchen Qinjiao instinctively reached out to help. He quickly used modern knowledge and philosophical thinking, skillfully avoided the attack of the robbers, and successfully saved the woman. The woman's name is Solisha, a genius cultivator from the Moon Shadow sect. She thanked Qingchen Qinjiao and told him that she was on her way to the Moon Shadow sect when she was attacked by bandits. Although Solisha's cultivation is profound, she has not fully recovered her strength and is powerless to resist the attacks of these bandits. Qingchen Qinjiao's timely appearance allowed her to get out of trouble. This rescue was not accidental, and Qingchen Qinjiao's kindness also enabled him to obtain a cultivation treasure, a mysterious magic weapon called Tianxin Jade Pendant. This jade pendant has a powerful mystical power, which can help cultivators accelerate their cultivation, and can sense good and evil, and give rewards to those who help others. Solisha told Qingchen Qinjiao that this jade pendant is extremely precious, and legend has it that only those who sincerely do good deeds can have it. Qingchen Qinjiao suddenly realized that her behavior and mentality in the real world also seemed to have some kind of impact on this world. Chapter 3, Enlightenment of Magic and Cultivation. With Solisha's help, Qingchen Qinjiao began to understand the cultivation system of this other world. There are various cultivation methods in this world, which are divided into various paths such as magic, fighting qi, divine soul dao techniques, and sword techniques, and each path has different cultivators. Solisha told Qingchen Qinjiao that in this world, cultivators need to choose a path that suits them best. And the improvement of cultivation depends not only on time, but also on the state of mind of the cultivator. Qingchen Qinjiao is a philosophy major in the modern world, with a strong rational mind and a cool head, and he quickly realizes that cultivation is not simply an increase in strength, but a dialogue with the depths of his heart. He chose the Divine Soul Dao technique as his main cultivation path, and this path emphasized the cultivator's control over his own spirit and soul. Under the guidance of Solisha, he began to learn how to channel his inner strength and talk to his own spirit. In the process of studying, Qingchen Qinjiao discovered that there was also a unique rule in the cultivation methods of this world: good deeds could accelerate the improvement of cultivation. Every time he helps others, whether it is saving someone in distress or helping an animal in need, his cultivation can improve by a small step. This made Qingchen Qinjiao both surprised and delighted, because it not only allowed him to quickly improve his strength, but also allowed him to gain more respect in this world. Chapter 4, Love and Hate, Challenges in Cultivation. With the improvement of cultivation, Qingchen Qinjiao began to encounter more challenges. By chance, he learned about the past between the Moon Shadow Sect's sect master, Stygian Feather Tianling, and Solisha. Styx Feather Tianling was Solisha's fiancé, but due to Styx Feather Tianling's greed and ambition, the two eventually parted ways. Stygian Feather Tianling has reached an extremely high level in cultivating magic, and even mastered powerful dark magic, which makes him one of the most dangerous figures in the Illusory Dust Realm. Stygian Feather Tianling was not only hostile to Solisha, but also jealous of Qingchen Qinjiao. When Qingchen Qinjiao learned that Stygian Feather Tianling wanted to invade the Moon Shadow sect, he decided to join forces with Solisha to challenge this magically strong enemy. However, Stygian Feather Tianling's strength far exceeded their expectations, and the battle between the two sides was full of sparks and dangers. In the course of the battle, Qing Chen Kinjao used the philosophical wisdom and calm thinking she had learned in the real world to successfully find the weakness of the Stygian feather Tianling, and used the power of the Tianxin jade pendant to fight back against him. In the end, Stygian feather Tianling was defeated, and the Moon Shadow sect was saved. This battle not only brought Qing Chen Kinjao's cultivation to a higher level, but also made his relationship with Solisha deeper. Solisha also regarded Qing Chen Kinjao as her most reliable partner and friend from then on. Chapter 5, Cultivating God against the Heavens and Dominating the World. With the victory over the Stygian feather Tianling, Qing Chen Kinjao's name spread throughout the illusory dust realm. Not only did he become a genius in the cultivation world, but he also became a role model for countless cultivators. His cultivation gradually reached an astonishing height, and his state of mind became more profound. In the process of exploring ancient ruins, Qing Chen Kinjao discovered a forgotten ancient book, which recorded a secret technique called Cultivating the Gods Against the Heavens. This kind of secret technique allows cultivators to grasp the power of all things in heaven and earth, and break through to the supreme realm. Qing Chen Kinjao decided to challenge this secret technique, but it also meant that he would face unprecedented difficulties and tests. His cultivation will not only be limited to improving his strength, but will also involve the control of the laws of heaven and earth, the mind, and the challenge of fate. Chapter 6, The Place of Experimentation, The Breakthrough of the State of Mind. When Qing Chen Kinjao obtained the heaven-defying cultivation mystic technique, she was not in a hurry to start cultivating, but chose to explore the mysteries of this other world first. After a period of cultivation, he gradually discovered that in the cultivation laws of this world, in addition to the improvement of strength and skills, the breakthrough of the state of mind is equally important. For this reason, Qing Chen Kinjao decided to go deep into a place called Land of Trials, which is said to be the most challenging cultivation place in the illusory dust realm, and only those who have passed many trials can truly break through the state of mind and move towards the realm of cultivating gods. The Land of Trials is set by ancient powers in a hidden mountain range, which is filled with all kinds of dangerous magical beasts and powerful obstacles. Even the legendary immortals may not be able to pass easily. And deep in this mountain range, there is a strange temple hidden, which records ancient cultivation methods and countless secret treasures, which are said to be the crystallization of wisdom left behind by ancient gods. Qing Chen Kinjao and Solisha embarked on this adventurous road together. While cultivating, the two support each other. On the way, they met cultivators from major sects, as well as some powerhouses who had cultivated to a high and profound realm. Some of them failed to break through their state of mind because they relied too much on the power of external objects, and eventually degenerated into demons. Some failed in the trial because of their unstable mood, and were eventually devoured by the demonic beasts in the Land of Trials. In a fierce confrontation with a demonic beast, Qing Chen Kinjao was almost hit by a giant flame beast. At the last moment, his state of mind suddenly brightened, and when he recalled the process of his pursuit of philosophical truth in the real world, he suddenly realized that strength is not the only thing, and inner peace and stability are the keys to a higher level. He concentrated his mind and used the tranquil part of the heaven-defying cultivation mystic technique to completely dissolve the flame beasts around him without harming their lives. This move not only allowed him to break through a difficult level in the Land of Trials, but also allowed his cultivation to reach an unprecedented level. At this moment, the door of the temple quietly opened, and Qing Chen Kinjao and Solisha entered it. Chapter 7, Secrets and Choices in the Ancient Temple. Inside the temple, countless runes and cultivation secrets were engraved on the ancient stone walls, and Qing Chen Kinjao felt that the aura here seemed to be connected to heaven and earth. After some careful observation, he found that this temple was not just an ordinary ruin, it was built on the place where the spiritual energy of heaven and earth was most concentrated, and the energy contained was enough to make any cultivator's cultivation grow rapidly. However, on the stone platform deep in the temple was a glittering purple star orb. This orb exudes a strange light, but it also faintly reveals a power that makes people feel uneasy. It is said that this orb has an incomparably powerful power, which can make a person break through all cultivation bottlenecks in an instant, but it also brings great danger. Countless powerful people in history have touched it, only to either fail or be cursed by it, forever trapped in the alien space of the orb. Seeing this, Solisha reminded Qing Chen Kinjao not to touch this orb easily, and she told the story of the consequences of the Moon Shadow sect's sect leader Shen Yu Tianling accidentally touching the orb because of his greed for power, which eventually led to the struggle and decay within the sect. After hearing this, Qing Chen Kinjao's heart was full of hesitation. The allure of this jewel was too strong, and he was eager to break through to a higher realm in one fell swoop. However, the breakthrough in his state of mind made him re-examine his cultivation path. Qing Chen Kinjao did not rush into action, but chose to calm down and review her experience since she crossed over. He realized that the true meaning of cultivation was not only the pursuit of strength, but also the pursuit of inner balance and tranquility. Eventually, he made a choice. He gave up the temptation of the orb and decided to save these powerful energies for those who really needed them, rather than coveting more power himself. His choice not only allowed him to take a step forward in his state of mind, but also gave him a deeper understanding of the world. On the stone platform of the temple, the purple star orb let out a slight hum at the moment when Qingchen Kinjao let go, and then slowly disappeared into the void. Qingchen Kinjao's cultivation has also been unexpectedly improved, and this choice has invisibly won him the respect and trust of more people. Chapter 8, The Challenge of the Stygian Feather Tianling. As Qingchen Kinjao's cultivation reached a higher level, his reputation gradually spread throughout the illusory dust realm, and Stygian Feather Tianling finally began to notice this rising young man. The jealousy and anger in Stygian Feather Tianling's heart could not be suppressed, and he decided to personally challenge Qingchen Kinjao, and in this way proved that he was the true master of this world. At a secret meeting, Stygian Feather Tianling challenged Qingchen Kinjao, asking him to compete with him in the Moon Shadow Sex Arena. Solisha was worried when she heard this, and Qingchen Kinjao did not despise this powerful opponent. However, he knows that this is not just a simple competition, but also a test of his own mood and beliefs. When the two met in the Moon Shadow Sex Arena, the scene was extremely tense. Stygian Feather Tianling possesses powerful dark magic, while Qingchen Kinjao uses his unique state of mind power and understanding of the laws of heaven and earth to engage in a fierce duel with Stygian Feather Tianling. In the end, Qingchen Kinjao used the selfless realm in the heaven-defying cultivation mystic technique to successfully block the dark magic of Stygian Feather Tianling, and defeated Stygian Feather Tianling with his own cultivation of Dao heart. The defeat of Stygian Feather not only marked the loss of his status as a great opponent, but also made him realize the true difference between state of mind and strength. After this match, Qingchen Kinjao's reputation climbed again, and his mood and cultivation also reached a new peak. Chapter 9, Destiny and the Infinite Future. With the defeat of Stygian Feather Tianling, Qingchen Kinjao's cultivation path also reached its peak. Not only did he possess the strength to sweep away all enemies, but he also possessed a state of mind that was stronger than any cultivator. However, Qingchen Kinjao always understood that the path of cultivation would not end with a victory. In this vast other world, there are still many unknown challenges waiting for him to meet. And what he pursues is not only strength, but also a deep understanding of heaven and earth and people's hearts. Accompanied by Solisha, Qingchen Kinjao continued to walk on the path of cultivation. For the ideals and beliefs in his heart, he would be fearless and move forward bravely.